Welcome back to the Daily News Network. It's time for Business Champions. I'm Brian Sexton. Paul Lajoie is on assignment this week. We have a great conversation for you now. A young man who's doing big things in the real estate world. So let's welcome Or Sapir from South Florida. Hey, Or, how are you?
Hey, Brian, thank you so much for having me. I'm great, man.
Listen, we're thrilled to have you, and you're doing big things in real estate. How did you get to where you are so quickly? You're a young guy.
Good question. And, I am young and my genetics make me look even younger. So it's going to come in favor in like 10 years from now. But I was actually born in Israel.
Sure.
I moved to America when I was 5. I moved to Miami. And, coming here as an immigrant with my family, it wasn't an easy start for my parents. My dad, I remember, used to take me with him to work. He was a carpet cleaner here in Miami. And then he started transitioning into construction worker. So growing up, we grew up seeing this and we appreciated things much more. And then 2 years later, we moved to Los Angeles. That's where I grew up. That's where I went to middle school, high school. And I'm a very creative, entrepreneurial person. I've always liked to try things. I've probably done it all. I've lived also, which we'll get to in a second, all across the world. So at age 19, I decided to move to Israel. And Israel is a very special place for me. It's where I was born. I am Jewish. And, it's a very entrepreneurial place. A lot of big tech comes out of there. A lot of inventions, creations come out of there and, help people worldwide. So I did my university there. I did my studies there. And I studied business and entrepreneurship. I specialized in marketing. And after that, I got a tech job. I started working in the tech industry in Israel. And a year later, I was like, okay, it's COVID time. I think it was around that time. Let's make the most out of life. Life is short. Some things happened that made me more grateful for my life, that I just took my computer with me and I just started traveling, and I got to live in Asia. I got to live in Europe, and it was amazing, man. Like, I could go for hours talking about my trip. And if anyone watching this, you guys could connect with me on social media and you guys get to see it all. It's all my highlights, all my posts. But just, getting forward a bit, my dad, after he was working in construction, slowly and surely he built his own company. So I've always been in the real estate industry, even though I didn't think I will end up there. But my passion is tech. So a few years later, I moved to Seattle, Washington. I did a little bit of real estate out there, worked with my dad, was still doing some tech stuff on the side. And then I met my girlfriend. She brought me down to Miami. That's why I'm here now. And I met some really cool guys here who are truly like changing the real estate game. We're motivatedsellers.com, which I am their CMO now. And, it combines both of my passions, I would say, which is real estate and tech. And we're helping investors. Currently, we have more than 2,000 investors using our software all across America, and getting off-market deals and just building. And, I love to see that. I love having this community. And that kind of leads me to where I am today.
Well, you've obviously covered a lot of real estate in your travels around the world. So it's not a surprise that you would end up in the real estate game. Specifically, why does somebody come to Motivated Sellers? What are they looking for, and what are you delivering?
So I would say, these people that are trying to sell their homes to our investors, these people need to sell fast. They're probably going to go into foreclosure. They have taxes to pay. They lost someone in the family that they can't hold this property anymore. These people need cash fast, and this is where we come in. We help them find these investors who then, take these distressed properties, or these properties are in very bad conditions, I would say, and flip them, or, take everything down and build something else, and, building better communities slowly and surely.
So where are you seeing most growth in Motivated Sellers? Are there pockets around the country? I mean, the real estate market has been so hot in Florida and Texas and Arizona. Can you tell where the real estate market is healthy and not based on where your activity is coming from?
So last time I checked, and we do have these stats because we see where these investors are investing in. I could tell you that San Diego was a very strong market. I know Chicago, Illinois is a very strong market right now as well. And Dallas, Texas were probably the top 3 strong ones. Again, it's always changing really fast. I know a lot of people are trying to get into the Carolinas right now and into Tennessee. But what I've learned, because I have my own podcast as well now, talking to different real estate investors from all across the country, is that no matter where you are, and I know a lot of people are saying that Florida and Texas right now are kind of like in a pause moment, but no matter where you are, there's always going to be deals, there's always going to be opportunities. And, you can thrive in any market if you have the right tools and the right perspective and the right ambition.
Listen, you obviously have that mindset. And it's clear that your father, your parents, and their entrepreneurial mindset, their willingness to pick up and move to a different country and bring their family, has been a strong influence on you. Are there any others? Is there someone that you've heard, that you've read? Is there something that opened your perspective up to give you the opportunities to see opportunities at such a young age?
So something I recommend everyone that's my age, that's, and for me, success is not just money or, having materialistic things. It's also, being happy within and really having the ability to give back, the ability to see, the ability to really feel alive. So I feel like traveling is something that really changed my perspective on life, going to a lot of developing countries, seeing these people that are living there that have nothing, all of a sudden they're happier than most of the people I know here in Miami, and Miami has it all, as you know. So that's one thing. And then, just coming from families and generations of struggle, especially my grandma, my dad's mom, she lost her husband at a very young age. She lost her parents at a very young age. She was a cleaner for most of her life. And, seeing these people, I just felt like I have to, make it up for them raising me and giving me all growing up. And, just there's so many opportunities, especially in this digital era. I'm in the prop tech industry, as you would like to say, but I feel like, especially now with AI taking over, like you need to get on the tech side of the world. And from there, there's billions of opportunities. And like you said in the beginning, these podcasts that we're doing, this is something that's like huge right now. Collaboration, networking, social media, that's the place to be. So I feel like that led to that. And in life, it's all about, the butterfly effect. Every small things leads to bigger things. You just have to be on the right track.
Wise beyond what you assume are your years, or you look like a young man, but you've had a lot of experiences. Clearly, you've learned from them. A couple more questions with Or Sapir from Motivated Sellers. At Motivated Sellers, are you just cultivating sellers, or are you looking for investors as well?
So kind of both. We currently have a community of 40,000 investors in our database, and I'm kind of in charge of that. I am, everything that's marketing related, that's where I come in. So the more investors, the better. We're trying to help as many investors as we can. But as I spoke until now, we are focusing on getting more home sellers to sell. And we are probably the biggest in the US right now. So whenever you see an ad, or whenever you see like need to sell your house anywhere on Google, YouTube, that's probably us.
And tell us about the podcast. What's the title? Where do people find it?
So we're called Investor One-on-One by MotivatedSellers.com. I host it. And the whole point of it is to connect with investors all across the country, because as you asked me in the beginning, each market is very different. And we have investors that are always trying to get into different markets, learn about different markets, learn about different investor tricks and hacks. So I basically talk and get, deep with every investor about what they're exactly doing. Most of them are single family. Today I had a multifamily, but these are the kind of investors we're working with. Also wholesalers, realtors. So everyone that's in this, group I talk to, and, it's very insightful. So whoever's really trying to get into real estate investing and learn from the best of the best, I speak to the biggest investors, and they truly expose their best secrets, what's working for them, and what's the future of this game.
Dynamic real estate investment opportunity for folks at Motivated Sellers, both selling and investing. Or Sapir, Motivated Sellers. Hope you'll come back and share more of your success with us in the future here on Business Champions.
BizBuy Pro supports individuals through the acquisition process in many ways. First and foremost, we can find a business for you. You come to us and you give us the parameters geographically, size, like maybe 2 million in revenue, and maybe an area. You want to be a plumbing contractor, and we'll go find that for you. I think really the most important thing from BizBuy Pro is after you find that business, working through the valuation, how much you're paying for it. As I always say, you don't make money when you sell, you make money when you buy.